Hello everybody. Sorry I didn't post a video yesterday, but I was sick. Woke up at 4:30 in the morning, just sneezing, just bleh. So stayed home, slept all day, and just coming in here was not an option. I mean, heck, I didn't even go in this chat last night, because if I'd gone in the chat last night, I knew that Danger Vanessa would have killed me with. And the thing is I've realized it's not Danger Vanessa that caused me to laugh so hard. It's when the chat puts comments in the chat and then she reads them. How she reads them is what causes me to laugh so hard. So yeah, so that's the reason why I was not on the chat. I was like, God, the way I'm feeling. I mean, you know, you're sneezing, you're coughing, so obviously you've got air blockage problems. So it's like I knew that if I was on the chat, Dangerous Vanessa would have succeeded in killing me. So, but no, so I was not going to be on the chat last night. So, congratulations, first and foremost, to Aaron Lepresti and Shelly. They are now grandparents. They have a grandson. I feel bad for them not being able to go and see the baby at the hospital, but being snowed in because of the ice. The looks of the photographs look like they didn't get to see the baby until after the baby got home. So I know that had to have been killing them, not being able to go to the hospital to see the baby. But I mean, it shows how we have changed in our times and progression with our health care, that you can go into the hospital, give birth to your baby, and like 48 hours later you are home. Good friends of mine, Drew and her husband, they had a baby just this last week. In fact, it was like 2 weeks ago actually. It was a New Year's Eve baby, and they posted pictures of with the baby in the hospital, and within 24 hours they were at home, and they were concerned because they have like 3 dogs, and they were concerned how the dogs would react with the baby. And within 24 hours they were showing pictures of the baby, like the baby curled up in mommy or daddy's arms, and the dogs were just lying right next to them, all but lying on mommy and daddy, lying with the baby. So that has to feel good, that when your furry babies and your baby are curled up together and getting along, and there's no health problems with the baby being around the dogs. I know that's always the hardest thing, is when you have furry babies that you love so much, and then when you have a baby brought into the mix, it's like, how are the dogs going to, and the cats going to react to the baby? But more importantly, is the baby going to have like health problems, like trouble breathing and whatnot, because maybe they're allergic to the pets. I know as a child, that's how we got Isaac, my dog, as a child, was because I wanted a dog. My mom was like in one of those moments of defiance against my father as their marriage was falling apart. She got us a dog. And here, the reason why we got Isaac was because there was this family that had a baby, but apparently the baby had trouble breathing, and it was because of the dog. So they found us, or I should say somehow my mom found out about them. We went and met the family, they got to meet us, got to meet the Isaac, and Isaac seemed to get along with me great. Velvet my sister didn't have a problem at all. And so we left home with that dog, and I didn't realize that this dog was now ours until we were about halfway home. I made a remark, I'm like, we're keeping this dog. My mom's like, yeah. I'm like, and the dog and Isaac was curled up in my lap the entire time. Isaac was, for the first week, I want to say, he was always by my side. In fact, this is a great story. My mom at the time still wasn't working. She was like a stay-at-home wife. And here, something happened where I guess missed the bus or something, or whatever it was. My mom had to give me a ride to school. And when she got home, Isaac would not leave the car. He would not leave the car at all. So she finally, she like had the door open, like, come on, and he just would not get out of the car. So she just left the door open. As Mom puts it, because she didn't get a single thing done that day, because she was constantly looking out the window to make sure Isaac hadn't left the car. I got off the bus. I'm passing by the car, and I see that the doors are open, and I go to close them, and Isaac's sitting in the car, and he jumps out, and he's all excited. He would not leave that car until I got home. So, like I said, I can see where there has to be relief with when you see that the furry babies and your baby babies are getting along. So, and remember, Aaron Lopresti has what is it? Planet Doom. Kit Carter, Planet Doom. It is on demand, so I've backed it. I encourage you all to back it too. So it's going to be. And remember, if you have any questions, all you have to do is ask somebody who has read Wraith of God Blood Hunters. They'll tell you how good Kit Carter was. The biggest person I'd say is talk to Amanda B. Amanda B, she got Blood Hunters, and she wasn't sure about Kit Carter. But the two stories she liked the most was Kit Carter and Blood Hunters. I think in ways, she liked Kit Carter more than she liked Blood Hunters. You'd have to ask her to verify that. I don't know off the top of my head. So let's switch over here. So you can see the work that I got done on this last weekend after I was done. So I try working on it smoothly, surely. Let's see, we did up here. Let's rotate this and we'll work over here. So, one thing that's come up this last week within the talks of comic books and independent comics is this use of 3D sketch. And a lot of people, I'm kind of like dogpiling. I guess it's Eric July with the artist he's been using for Isom. Apparently that creator used SketchUp a lot. And he barely, he's all but just photoshopped it in and didn't even really go in and do much to disguise the fact that he was using SketchUp. And I've been looking at it, and I've heard about it. I've never used it. Honestly, I have no intention of ever using it. I can say that now, but maybe once I discover it, maybe I will start using it. But the one thing I have noticed is you can either use it as a tool, or if you're not careful, it'll become a crutch. And where I see it's become a crutch, and I'm not going to use Isom because I don't have the book, so it's not fair for me to criticize it. Other than what I've seen shows that it's been used. It was used heavily, and it was. Is that I see now that I know about it, I can see it. I can see it in artwork, and I won't pull any punches. I mean, I don't care for it. Even before I really knew about SketchUp, I remember Graham Nolan with his Chenoo. And I remember at the end of the book when he's got that where the baby's born, and you can tell that the car is For me, it looked like it was a photoshopped car. Maybe that was SketchUp, I don't know. But there, it's like it looked out of place, and it didn't look like it belonged, because of the fact that when you look at other examples of Graham drawing cars, it just didn't fit in. It looked out of place. Same thing goes with Andy Smith when he was doing his some of his cityscape backgrounds and like images of a development of a. You could tell it was like, as I say, it looks traced. But I also see where, going back, where we'll use Graham as the example. In the Chenoo, it looks out of place. In the Expendables Go to Hell, when they use the Mustang, it looks out of place. But then when you go and you look at Alien Alamo, he was using it for a Jeep. But he did a much better job of penciling it and inking it so it looks more along with his style. So I can see where using SketchUp can be a tool, but until you're used to it, it's gonna look like a crutch. So I would say to any creator is, if you're gonna use it as a tool and not use it as a crutch, practice with it. Really practice with it until you get to the point that you're using it and people can't really tell that that you're using SketchUp. Okay? And that takes time and practice. Like I said, if you look at Alien Alamo when he does the Jeep, okay, and when he was doing his, I guess, videos, progress videos, you can see where he's using an actual image of a Jeep or a cow. And you can see where he's gotten much better of using it as a tool, and that it doesn't look like it's a photoshopped image in. So that is my opinion of using SketchUp. Last piece of business before I go is, remember, Shane Davis is doing a second chance campaign for Inglorious Rex 2. Inglorious Rex 2 is almost done, so he's having a second chance campaign. He has a brand new wraparound cover, which honestly I'm looking at going, God damn it, why didn't he have it for the original campaign? I'm not going to back it the second time around. Just for the cover, I believe the cover I got was the Dale Keown cover. And it's a beautiful cover. But for me, it's one of those where it's like, I wish he'd had this cover available, this wraparound cover he's done. I wish he would have that available I wish he would have that as available as the cover first time he launched it, because it looks beautiful. Maybe if I ever see him at a show and he has it available, maybe I'll get it. I don't know. But no, so check it out. If you didn't get a chance to back it, go and get it. You now have a second chance to get it. He's going to, I think he's almost done. He's going to be sending it to the printer, and that's the reason why he's doing like a second chance, just to get those last minute orders in. Don't blame him at all. And like he said himself, he was one of those, like, when he did Inglorious Rex 1, he had the campaign open the entire time he was working on it. This time he didn't. He closed it, then while he was working on it, he launched Extend. So 2 campaigns there he's got open right now is Extend and Inglorious Rex 2. So check them out, folks. So, and then lastly, I did enjoy that with all this drama, we had a faux drama, if you will, with Snuggie Jr. and Aldous on the Farm. Those guys did a great job of starting up a faux debate and faux conflict with which is better, the swamp thing or the man thing. And I threw my hat in the ring saying, you're forgetting the OG of these guys, which is the Heap. So I did my own quick drawing of that. It really wasn't that quick, but still, I just a traditional pen and ink, not stippled image showing the Heap behind them as a with his fingers coming out, like with vines coming out of his fingers. And then I had the Man Thing and the Swamp Thing as minuets being played with by the Heap. So just showing some respect, like, hey, I can understand the debate over who's better, but for me it's one of those where it's kind of like you gotta show some respect to the OG of it all. If you weren't for that guy, we probably wouldn't have had Man Thing or Swamp Thing. So, but guys, you guys have a great day. I'm gonna keep working on this. I know the camera's been bouncing around. I apologize for that. I'll have to look into why that is and tighten up this knob, tighten up that knob, so that way I don't get so much bounce next time. But you know what? No sense stressing over that. Life is stressful, and that's why I'm just going to take it all one dot at a time.